Definitely a great binge for Halloween. You have vampires and you have mayhem. So what else do you need? Very quirky and outrageous, mindless zombie fun. What's up? It's Nikki. Welcome back to my channel, King Nikki TV, where I give you commentary on popular movies and TV shows. In this video, I will be giving you 13 horror series to binge for Halloween. Let's get right into it in no particular order. Number 1, The EXORCIST from 2016 to 2017, listed as drama, horror, mystery, thriller. This show lasted 2 seasons. It was just should not have been canceled. Love this show. The series basically is a version of The Exorcist movie. Now, season 1 focuses a lot on elements from the Exorcist movie. We follow a family that is dealing with demonic possession, and season 2 really strayed away from the Exorcist like movie theme, and we got something very different. Still enjoyable. I will say that season 1 is my favorite. I would give season 1 5 stars, and I would give season 2 4 stars. Still really good season. I just did not enjoy it as much as season 1. Season 2 focused on a foster home, and it just was very different from season 1. Now, I feel like overall both seasons were really good. Season 1 particularly had a really exciting reveal, in my humble opinion. Really loved the storytelling in both seasons. I enjoyed the pacing. I really love how season 1 pays homage to the movie. I love how they did everything, even down to, just the very iconic shot of the priest with his little hat, and like kind of the dark silhouette of the priest. Season 2 completely dips onto its own type of themes and its own thing, and really set itself apart from the movie, and it was still very enjoyable. Very good idea. This series for me is just so well made and gritty, and it was a travesty against humanity. It was a crime against humanity for this show to be canceled. I really love and enjoy demon possession horror, and I feel like it was done really well in this series. Number 2 would be Lovecraft Country from 2020 to 2020, because they only got 1 season. Another travesty, listed as drama, fantasy, horror, mystery, sci-fi, thriller. Season 1 follows a young black man who travels across the United States in 1950s with his uncle and friend in search of his missing father. To call this show phenomenal is an understatement. Now, it did have its flaws, okay? In my humble opinion, I did not enjoy the story that we get with Ruby and some other elements. I did not particularly enjoy certain things, but the stuff that they got right, man, it was phenomenal. And this series really deserved another season to really just flourish more, and really, man, it could have really taken off, in my personal opinion. I was hooked on this show, and it is definitely a really good Halloween series, horror, binge. There is a particular scene with Michael K. Williams that I watched about 50 times in a row when this show aired. Oh my God, rest in peace to him. Number 3 is The Strain from 2014 to 2017, listed as drama, fantasy, horror, thriller. We got 4 seasons of this show. An ancient viral strain of vampirism breaks out in the city of New York. I was obsessed with this show before it even aired, because Guillermo del Toro was attached to the show, and I said, him and vampires, sign me up. And child, look, this show was very good. Now, I have to warn you, we have the stereotypical aggravating ass child. I mean, like, you want this boy to die. Yo, he was terrible. And honestly, the main characters are extremely annoying. The only characters I enjoyed and really liked were the Rat Man, Fett, Satrakian, Gus, and the Congresswoman. The main character, Ephraim, and his son and his wife were literally the most annoying Some of the most annoying characters in TV history. I could not stand them. I did not care for Dutch. I did not care for Nora. I really enjoyed Eldridge and Icorst as the villains, but child, the master was a joke to me. The design of that monster vampire thing was a little comical, more comical than scary in my personal opinion, but I love this series. I love this series version of vampires and the strain and it being a disease and how it spreads, the government conspiracy. It was a really great story, but yeah, the main characters you follow, they pretty terrible. But y'all, look, if you watch this show, which you really should, pay attention to the son's facial expressions. First of all, it was two different actors. One actor played the son and then they just switched him up with another actor. But baby, when I tell you the facial expressions of this little boy got on my last nerve, just the way I was just like, y'all, I just couldn't. I couldn't. The writing does get a little mediocre. I hate the way the show ended, but overall, really great show, and it is definitely worth a Halloween binge. Number 4, you can't have a list without Buffy the Vampire Slayer from 1997 to 2003, listed as action, drama, fantasy, romance. This show lasted 7 seasons, and while not listed as horror, it is definitely a fit into a horror series Halloween night binge. We follow the Vampire Slayer who fights vampires and demons and just general evil things. Classic series for a reason. The final season goes downhill for me. I do enjoy the way the series ended. The final few seasons, honestly, I was not crazy about. When we get into them later seasons, I still enjoyed them. They are definitely worth a watch, but just I didn't enjoy them as much. I absolutely positively hate when we brought in all them girls. I could not stand not a nan one of them girls. Coming in at number 5, arguably my number 1 favorite horror series that has ever existed, Penny Dreadful. From 2014 to 2016, listed as drama, fantasy, horror. This show lasted for 3 seasons. Another travesty against humanity that this show was canceled. We follow an explorer, an American gunslinger, a scientist, and a powerful medium who come together to fight against supernatural threats in Victorian London. Phenomenal series. Such an amazing mix of gothic type horror, B-movie, action horror, supernatural horror. This is just such a top tier series, top tier writing and characters and direction and visuals and acting. Oh, y'all, this show really was so amazing. It was canceled and they ended up giving us a rushed, terrible, horrible ending to the show that was such a crime against the story and the characters. And I get it, they were canceled and they wanted to just rush out an ending. One thing that I cannot stand, which is the bane of my existence, is having a show canceled and I don't get an ending. I honestly would have preferred no ending to Penny Dreadful and just not this terrible way it ended. I definitely will tell you, you are binging horror series for Halloween, Penny Dreadful needs to be on the list. But just be prepared that the ending, it won't be any type of payoff, okay? I really want them to come back like Dexter, but give us a brand new ending, the ending that this story and these characters and the audience deserved. Number 6, American Horror Story from 2011 until current. Listed as drama, horror, sci-fi thriller. Each season focuses on a different story, a different set of characters, location. Now, I have not watched American Horror Story since season 7, which I did not even finish season 7. If you are watching American Horror Story for the first time, I highly recommend season 1, 2, 3, and 5. Those are my fave seasons. Now, season 4 and season 6 are good and are definitely worth a watch, but 1, 2, 3, and 5 are the ones that I will highly recommend if you have never seen this series. Coming in at number 7, Black Summer from 2019 to 2021. Now, I am not sure if this show has been canceled or if it is coming back. Listed as action, drama, horror, thriller. 2 seasons so far. We are season 1. We are at the beginning of a zombie apocalypse, and we have strangers that come together. These are the fast, super fast zombies, not the slow, dumb ones. I don't think they're even doing the really like slow zombies no more. I thoroughly enjoyed season 1. I really didn't care for Rose, who is the main character that we follow. You will be frustrated with some character actions, but I think overall, season 1 was really exciting. I love the way it was shot. I thoroughly enjoyed season 1, and I thought that they were going to build on that momentum and just really come back with season 2 and elevate everything from season 1, but not how they didn't. Season 2 went downhill extremely. I did not even finish season 2. I recommend, if you have never seen Black Summer, I would only watch season 1. But I mean, hey, watch season 2 just so you can get your own opinion and see what it's about. But I'm telling you, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time, in my personal opinion. Coming in at number 8 is Fringe from 2008 to 2013. Listed as drama, mystery, sci-fi, thriller. We get 5 seasons of Fringe, where we follow an FBI agent who is forced to work with an institutionalized scientist and his son to investigate unexplained phenomenons. Now, thoroughly enjoy this show. Top notch. I would call it an X-Files ripoff, or you know what? I guess I won't say ripoff because they started to veer into different territory. I will say a spawn of X-Files. While not listed as horror, Fringe does deal with elements that I feel fit into a Halloween horror series binge. Truly a great series. Coming in at number 9, The Walking Dead from 2010 to 2022. Listed as drama, horror, thriller. We get 11 seasons. This series follows a sheriff deputy who wakes up from a coma and discovers that the world has been taken over by zombies. I cannot describe my obsession I used to have with The Walking Dead. Now, I personally stopped watching this show after season 7, the first episode. So I cannot vouch for anything after that. But child, season 1 through 6, phenomenal. I did not care for their choice of villain for season 4, mainly because it just felt redundant. I felt like we had way more threats that we could have introduced. But for me, The Walking Dead is the number 1 zombie series of all times. Coming in at number 10, Sweet Home from 2020. I am not sure if they're doing another season. Listed as drama, fantasy, horror, thriller. We got 1 season so far. We follow a group in an apartment complex who faces the threat of monsters who are wiping out humanity. This is an Asian series. I have a spoiler-filled review of this on my channel if you would like to check it out. Now, while flawed, overall, I feel like this is a really entertaining and enjoyable Halloween watch. I have not seen much Asian horror, but I'm really getting into it because y'all, look, don't judge me. I hate to read like on the TV. It be getting on my nerve. So the second I see something not in English, I be like, nah, man, pass. But I am learning Asian horror is depressive. So I'll just say that. No spoilers. Coming in at number 11, Z Nation from 2014 to 2018. Listed as action, comedy, drama, horror, romance, sci-fi. We get 5 seasons. We have a zombie survival horror about a group who is trying to transport the only known survivor of the zombie virus. Now, I only watched up until the 3rd season. thoroughly enjoyable, but my interest just waned. That's all. I would like to go back one day and finish it. I'm definitely not saying that once you hit season 3 you won't still want to continue. For me personally, my interest just waned. Now, I thought that this was actually a really great series. It felt like just a comedic version of The Walking Dead. Very quirky and outrageous, mindless zombie fun. Coming in at number 12, Grimm. From 2011 to 2017. Listed as crime, drama, fantasy, horror, mystery. We get 6 seasons. We have a detective who finds out that he is a descendant of hunters who fight against supernatural forces. Now, I did not see anything except season 1, and I did not see the season finales because back in 2011 there was no streaming. I watched season 1. I was so freaking obsessed. Love this show. I had the season finale recorded on the DVR and my mama erased it. Oh, so then when season 2 came back, like I said, in 2011, I had no access to being able to just go back and say, oh, I just want to see the season finale. So I ended up getting out of the show because I was just so upset that I did not get to see the season finale. So this is going to be my Halloween binge. I'm telling you, this show, even though I only saw the first season, phenomenal. And everything I have heard about the show, it stayed very, very phenomenal. Now, I am still angry 100 years later that my mama deleted my motherfucking recording. I'm gonna tell you that. Now, coming in at number 13, The Outsider from 2020, listed as crime, drama, fantasy, mystery, thriller. We only get 1 season. I think this was more along the lines of just a mini series. I don't think it was meant to continue. We have a supernatural force that is involved with the murder of a young child happens. Y'all, shows like this is why I consistently say that HBO is the number 1 streaming original content, bar none. They have the best original content. I have watched this series probably about 3 times. You will be hooked from the very beginning. So phenomenal. Great mystery, very intriguing, top tier acting, top tier storytelling, very well done supernatural mystery. Now, coming in as an honorable mention is the series From Dusk Till Dawn from 2014 to 2016, listed as action, crime, fantasy, horror. We get 3 seasons. This is pretty much the movie but in TV form. We have a Texas Ranger who is pursuing the Gecko brothers and their hostages, and they all end up trapped in the bar run by zombies. I am such a huge fan of the movie. I mean, huge. I just knew I would hate this show. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, I will say the Texas Ranger for me was super, super, super duper annoying to the point that I didn't want to see the show no more. That Texas Ranger was on my last freaking nerve. I could not even stand his facial expressions. I don't know, y'all. Am I the only person that be so annoyed and angry with characters? It be feeling like they're real folk, and I just be like, I don't even want to see your face. Now, I think this series was very well executed. Definitely a great binge for Halloween. You have vampires and you have mayhem. So what else do you need? Let me know in the comments if you have any horror series that you would recommend that I did not include on this list. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed All Hallows Eves this year, boyos and ghouls. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.